73-year-old man injured in St. Andrew gun attack. A 73-year-old man was injured during a gun attack on Omari Road, St. Andrew on Wednesday night. The elderly man, a carpenter, was shot when a gunman opened fire on him and another man on the section of the roadway. The other man escaped injuries, the police stated. Reports are that about 7 p.m., both men were on the Orona Road when they were pounced upon by another man traveling on foot and armed with a handgun. The gunman, the police said, opened gunfire, hitting the elderly man in his right hand before escaping on foot. The injured man was rushed by residents to hospital for treatment. No motive has been established for the attack, the police stated. Man dead, police seek persons of interest in Yton gang feud. One man is dead, and the police are seeking two persons of interest in what they say is an ongoing gang feud in Yton, Clarendon. The deceased has been identified as 45-year-old laborer Kenwar Peter Thorne of Yorktown Settlements address. It is reported that the incident happened about 8:15 p.m. on Wednesday along the Yorktown Main Road in the vicinity of York Circle. According to reports, residents heard loud explosions and summoned the police. Upon their arrival, Kenwar's brother was seen lying face down along the roadway with what appeared to be multiple gunshot wounds to the upper body and back. He was taken to the Maple Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Further investigations have revealed that the gunmen traveled in two motor vehicles to the location. The police say a number of intelligence-led operational activities targeting the gang have been carried out in the past, resulting in some of its members being killed. Displaced or arrested, including the leader. However, a gang feud is seemingly brewing, the police stated. The Yorktown area is one of the hotspots within the division and is known for upsurge in violence over the years. As such, several police operations are routinely undertaken within the community. The area is also usually known for reprisals and counter-reprisals whenever there is a murder or shooting incident. Hence, the police say their presence in the area is crucial at this time. Daniel's alleged killer appears in court on her birthday. Sudine Mason, mother of Daniel Rowe, has endured almost 1 year of pain triggered by her daughter's murder in June last year, and it didn't make things any better for her on Thursday as she watched the alleged murderer, Kildee Sachet, appear before a judge on her child's birthday. Had she not been murdered, Daniel would have turned 9 on Thursday. Mason, along with Daniel's elder sister, wore blue shirts with images of her to honor her on what would have been a special day had she not been brutally stolen from her family. They also brought balloons along with them, which they had planned to place on Daniel's grave at Dovecot Memorial Park and Crematory. However, she was not able to make to her daughter's gravesite to celebrate her birthday because she felt pressured. On at least one occasion, she was overheard complaining that she was not feeling well. A bewildered Mason said, "You wouldn't understand how I feel. I don't even know how to answer that question about how I felt when I look at her," the alleged killer in court. Daniel would have been 9 years old today. June 8 makes 1 year since she went missing. When she appeared before Justice Leighton Pusey on Thursday, Sachet was remanded in custody until June 6. Her attorney, Patrick Pitterkin, told journalists that June 6 we expect that we'll finalize on the disclosure of documents so that we can see whether or not we are going to set a trial date. Sachet, a dental assistant, who police said was an intimate partner of Daniel's father, was charged with kidnapping and murder in August 2023. On June 8 last year, Daniel was abducted from Brayton Primary School in Portmore, St. Catherine, and was later found on Roswell Avenue in St. Andrew with her throat slashed. She died at the Bustamante Hospital for Children 2 days later. She was buried on July 23rd last year. Sister, stepfather charged with relative's murder in Westmoreland. The Westmoreland police have laid murder charges against a sister and her stepfather, who are alleged to have killed 38-year-old laborer Alwyn Beckford. Beckford was reported hit with a stone during a confrontation with his relatives on Monday at Hertford in Petersfield in the parish. He later succumbed to his injuries. Charged are 62-year-old Royston Dennis, otherwise called Shot, and Beckford's sister, 24-year-old Sherika Dennis, otherwise called Rika. According to a well-placed source, The two were charged after the witness statement following a question and answer session. Both accused remained in the police custody. Another sister was also alleged involved in the dispute. A 17-year-old is expected to be charged on Friday. Reports from the police indicate that Beckford was at home with his fiancée when an argument developed between him and one of the sisters. During the argument, it is alleged that the three family members, including his sisters, began hurling stones at Beckford, one of which reportedly hit him on the left side of the head, causing a wound that bled profusely. Beckford later collapsed and was rushed to the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Alleged gangsters accused of murder plot from behind bars. Supreme Court Judge Justice Caroline Ty Powell on Thursday ruled that alleged leader of the Westmoreland-based King Valley Gang, Derval Williams, O.C. Lukey, and his co-accused Kristen Grant have a case to answer to for conspiring via cell phones while behind bars at the Horizon Adult Remand Center to murder a Crown witness. Williams and Grant are among three former King Valley Gang accused who had remained behind bars in relation to other crimes after being freed by Chief Justice Bryan in July of 2020 after that gang trial collapsed. Deputy Commissioner of Police DCP in charge of crime Fitzbailey in 2021 told reporters that the men had remained in custody and continued to perpetrate crimes from within, giving instructions and directives. It will be amazing when the evidence unfolds that will be revealed what they did whilst they were in custody when the case was dismissed, he told reporters at the time. Prosecutors this April began outlining their case against the men who have been charged under a 4-count indictment with 1 count each of conspiring to murder and concealment of prohibited article in the Home Circuit Division of the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston. A digital forensics expert brought by the prosecution told the court that the confiscated phone, which were entered as exhibits, belonged to the men. In one of the several voice notes played into the recordings of the tribunal, a voice attributed to Williams was heard saying he had received intelligence that a particular top-flight investigator had been visiting the targeted witness on 3 occasions and that she was supposedly trying to shore up evidence against them after losing the first case. A voice reportedly belonging to Grant was also heard saying if Williams wanted to dirt, slang for murder for witness, he should make me know, say you want. Anything you are free, just let me know so me can organize the thing. Several notes later, a voice identified by prosecution witnesses as belonging to Williams is heard saying, for real man, me a go do it, me a go do it. Grant was then purported hearing, egging him on him by saying, in other voice notes, "Modu mine, we use 1 stone and kill 2 birds. Moda just want you do so, and just slap 1, 2, 3, 1 time, and left the whole place weeping and mourning." He was also purportedly heard saying, "You don't know the sister a go left, and you don't know what him have in a him for him. Mind, so just use a stone, clap 3 bird. When me a deal with a clean up, me just clean up and done. We can't make something like that catch we again. We have to learn from that. Clean up and done, meaning no after effect, not supposed to come back." On Thursday, Williams and Grant, in brief unsworn statements which practically mirrored each other's, declared from the dock, said, "I did not place or hide any phone at Horizon. I did not propose with anyone and conspire with anyone to murder anyone. I have no previous convictions." The defense team for the men comprising attorneys O'Neill Brown and Abrina Morris, following the ruling of the Justice Ty Powell that there was a case to answer, stuck at the cell phone evidence relied on by the Crown, which featured the 10 voice notes with the alleged assassinations plan. Even if the court takes the view that the material put into the exhibit are certain, this content is not sufficient to cause the court to be satisfied beyond a reasonable doubt. "We ask that the court find that the men are not guilty," Brown stated. He argued further that the voice notes were disjointed and not sequential and were not sufficient to prove that the men conspired to murder the witnessing or anyone else for that matter. Furthermore, Brown said there was no evidence that the phones truly belonged to the men, given that a witness from the prison had referenced the presence of the phones, which were passed from cell to cell. A senior prosecutor for the Crown, who led the evidence in the case in the prevailing of the court to return guilty verdict, said, "I asked the court to find that this conversation was the beginning stage of a plan to have a Crown witness murdered. There was a plan to afford to have her murdered. This unsworn statement is an attempt to remove them from the situation. The Crown has proved its case beyond a reasonable doubt. Justice Time Pauline, adjourning the matter, said she will hand down her reasons and explanation for ruling that they have a case to answer in July. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.